How can you suddenly become very clever? Sudden, umekuwa very clever. Wewe ndio unaweza kila kitu. Wapi? No, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Gashi's Common TV. President William Samoei Ruto has assembled thousands and thousands of Boda riders from Nairobi, Mama Bogas, and people who can actually be convinced very easily to vote for William Samoei Ruto. And the scenes that we are witnessing at State House Nairobi can tell you that the 2027 general elections has started in earnest. And William Samoei Ruto has actually panicked. You only need to see what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen. And there are many people and there are choirs, there are DJs entertaining people there. And maybe you can just have a look at what is happening here and you see the kind of entertainment that is there. President William Samoei Ruto, who is also a master strategist when it comes to playing with the minds of Kenyans, playing with the minds of voters, is also seen riding a motorbike, riding a Boda around the State House. And the Boda guys are extremely happy. They are very, very happy to see the president actually riding a Boda. And this one is also very, very important. Before we give a critical analysis about what is happening as this in Nairobi, just watch this 1 minute video clip of President William Samoei Ruto riding a motorcycle.
Open for him the visor.
Tole visor ya helmet.
Ifungue hata.
Bas. Sasa uko na msupa kwa psenke. Mdondoe. Ishakuwa. Aya. Wewe ndio unasema kuna msiba? Sema mbeba. Aya, utaongea. Wewe na wewe. Hapo sawa. Dia. Anakuja hapa. Haya.
Yeah, some of these clips are actually being shared by people who are at State House Nairobi, who are actually listening every word and watching every activity that is going on there. Ladies and gentlemen, you remember Kithure Kindiki has been going throughout the country and he has been on what we are calling empowerment program. But remember, an empowerment program in Kikuyu took place at Alliance High School, and you know Alliance High School is a place that is secured. When you look at the entrance is one, it is completely fenced. Not anybody who can go there. And actually, it was because of the hostility of the voters towards their member of parliament. So they wanted a place that would be safe, a place that not many people would come, and everybody who was going there would be vetted. But here we are focusing at State House Nairobi. The big question is, where is the source of these funds? Where is the government getting this money? Because Parliament has not budgeted this kind of money. Where is the source? What is the source? In my view, this could be money that the government is getting after selling the affordable houses. It is very, very interesting that Kenyans pay for these houses through taxes, housing levy. The government builds the houses using money that is paid by workers. And then the houses are built on public land. Then the government sells these houses. So where does the money go after selling the houses? It will be very, very interesting to know where the money goes after the houses are sold. Again, the money, the levy that is actually deducted from workers could also be a source of this kind of money that is being dished to anybody. Because I think the government could be having a lot of money, bottomless pit. And this is very, very interesting. Number two, in my view, these are our taxes that are being misused. Remember that there is no money that has been allocated to these activities. That is the truth of the matter. And the only source of funds for the government is through donations, grants, and taxes. So could the government be misusing our taxes? It is important that the sources of these funds are audited, and the Auditor General bring everything into the limelight, because without transparency and accountability, then this is corruption from all angles, and it is stick to high heaven. Number three, this could be what we call budgeted corruption. And I remember reading a report by the Auditor General that the state officers are said to be receiving more money in the budget, but what they actually get, they take home, the real money that they get in their account is less. So the government budgets a lot of money, but what the workers get is less. So where's the difference between the budgeted money and the money that goes in form of salaries? Those are the findings of the Auditor General, and it is public knowledge. So this is what we call budgeted corruption through actually bringing the money that is supposed to go to people or projects, but it never goes there. Again, the office of the president is allocated a lot of money. Some of the money is actually the government does not explain how the money was spent. The miscellaneous expenses in State House, some of the money is not accounted for. The other source could be the political parties' funds. Do the political parties get all the money as allocated in the budget? That's a question that Kenyans need to ask. Again, Rigathi Gachagua talked about the capitation, money that is supposed to be sent to school. How much money does Parliament allocate to an individual student? And how much money is sent to school? Where is the difference? You know, each learner is supposed to get 22,000. But the truth of the matter, if you listen to the chair of the Heads Association, there was a time he was saying that every student has a balance of Kenya shilling 8,000, not sent by the government. So if you multiply that kind of money, 8,000 multiplied by the total number of students in secondary schools and primary schools, then you agree with me that you don't need to ask why the schools cannot get full capitation and why the heads are crying. So all this is meant to buy loyalty. And William Samoei Ruto understands very clearly that you can buy anybody. Everybody has a price. That is what politicians believe. And a guy was telling me that about 70% of the bodas who are at State House Nairobi are Kikuyus. Very, very interesting. Because you see, William Samoei Ruto and his team have been unable to come to the mountain freely like they used to do when Rigathi Gachagua was the deputy president. After Gachagua was impeached, the mountain became very, very slippery for them. And because they understand that Kikuyus love money. Yes, I am not saying that other communities don't love money. But Kikuyus are said to love money a lot. And once they are given the bait, then the ground softens and William Samoei Ruto is able now to come to the mountain. Remember, these are the same people who actually attend rallies when William Samoei Ruto hit the ground. So what he's trying to do, he is mobilizing voters to attend his gathering when he hits the road. He is preparing the ground because I understand William Samoei Ruto is likely to hit the road in the mountain anytime from now, campaigning, trying to see if he can actually recapture the lost ground. This is my take. Guys, is Command TV. Please like the video, subscribe if you have never subscribed to this channel, and let me know where you're watching the video from. Bye bye.